Hello again, another quick video. I've got my Telegram application up here, and that's because this video is going to be about setting alerts. That's what OddAlerts is all about. We've got all the stats, of course, but it's all about alerts, or at least it was at the start. It's evolved a little bit. So I'm going to look at the live fixtures here, and I'll just show you how an alert works. So let's look at this Croatian game. You go to the create section for alerts. It opens up at the stats section if the game's in play. If it's not, you'll see the alert screen. There are videos on individual parts of this, so there's a video just on availability alerts, just on odds, just on presets when they launch. So bit of a deeper dive on those if you wanna go and check that out. This will just be a quick intro into setting alerts, what everything means. And yeah, just a little bit of a tutorial really. So this game is 1-0, 17 minutes. Let's pretend it wasn't. Let's pretend it's pre-match, and I'm looking at goals. Let's say the stats look amazing for goals. The probability is telling me there's going to be over 2 goals or over 3 goals. So let's say, tell me, and this is a basic alert. So this is not tied to the odds. This is tied to the result, the goals, the cards, the corners, and the final option is an in-play update. So in fact, we can just say send me an in-play update at 20 minutes, and this should ping whilst I'm doing this video. So the other ones are based on something, so whether it's the result, the goals, cards, or corners. So if you go to the result, you can say, tell me if the result is home win, draw, away win, home win or draw 1x, double chance basically. And this is interesting if it's a strong team, a strong home team, and you want to know if the away team takes the lead. If you want to know if it's still a draw after 35 minutes or after 70 minutes, you want to then go for the home win. Or if you're looking at first half goals or something, or you're looking at late goals, you could say, tell me if there is less than 2 goals after 70 minutes and save the alert. And when you're saving the alerts, you can just keep saving them quickly, and as you go through, it'll just work. So you've got 3 options for the corners and cards and goals: less than, exactly, and more than. It's pretty obvious what they mean. It'll chalk out the current number. So more than 1 corner, there's already been 1 corner. So you'd have, sorry, there's already been 2 corners, so you'd have to be more than 2. So it's quite smart. It knows what the current corner count is, and so on. So I've just got an alert. Let's have a look. And this is an in-play update on 20 minutes. So I think we were looking at that game around 17 minutes. So that seems correct. So the score's 1-0. There's 3 corners and there's 1 card. So that's my in-play update. And I think the in-play update launched because there was people that was the certain markets. I think it's with William Hill, where you can bet on the a corner being taken in the last 15 minutes. So people were setting alerts like this if there's less than 100 corners. And I saw those in the database, and I was just like, what? Why are you setting that? And people just wanted to know. They just wanted to be notified at that moment in the game. So yeah, it's interesting how something I thought was a bug is actually a feature request, an indirect feature request. So that's the basics of the basic alert. You've got this here as well, which is where you set the minutes. After is the default, and after is sort of what I would always use. A few people did request before, so you can tell me if there is a goal. If there is more than 1 goal, more than 0, if it was 0-0, before 20 minutes. So maybe you're looking to capture, I don't know, the unders market or something. You think there's only going to be 1 goal, but maybe it comes early, or the other way around. Maybe you want to know if a game has seen 1 goal because it might lead to more. You can do that, and again, you just save the alert. You just add your options and save the alert. Alerts based on odds is where it gets pretty powerful. It's a bit more obvious to know what market you care about. The basics are there for me because that's how it started. At first I didn't have alerts based on the live odds. But now they are there. Just got another alert through actually. Over 1.5 goals in Crotone under-19s game. So let's keep an eye on that, see if there's another goal in that game. The availability alerts. These are availability alerts based around Bet365. So if you're looking into the future, and I will show you here. Let's say Saturday. And we'll go to England. Probably odds already. Yep. So the National League, there's some fixtures here that don't have odds on Bet365 already. We can go to one of these fixtures, click on the availability, and you can either select when the fixture is added to Bet365. So this will just tell you whenever the fixture is added. It'll just give you a notification saying, hey, the fixture's been added, and you'll get the opening odds for that fixture. So before they drop, essentially. Any special markets, you can set this on any game, but it's not going to trigger for the majority of games. The specials are the kind of markets, shots on target, player passes, team tackles, offsides, those sort of markets. There's a list at the bottom here, because you can do them individually. You could just set match offsides. I just want alerts for all of these games. I've got alerts flying in at the minute. I don't know if you can hear them. Yeah, these are for sort of La Liga, the French leagues, Premier League, obviously the Championship. A lot of leagues don't support these specials. Corner markets, however, yeah, the support for there is for corner markets is great. Card markets, it's okay. I think the people that are using these alerts know the games that will get corner markets, so it's all of the major games, as I say, and you'll within 5 minutes of the markets becoming available, you will get the notification. And the good thing is, if you select any card, what it'll do is it'll send you a notification when one card market has been added, because Bet365, they don't add them all at the same time. It's sort of a progression. They'll add some at 12 o'clock and then they'll add the next set of maybe handicap cards 30 minutes later or an hour later or a day later. Depends how they're feeling. And you don't have to set multiple alerts. It'll just ping you every time a new card market has been added. So that's it's really good. It's really powerful. And obviously, as I say, the main thing is you being able to get on those odds as soon as they're available, and check against your own thoughts and your own sort of interpretation of the value, whether it's worth betting on before it drops, or whether you might not take the bet at all. So that is availability. Let's go back to the live games, and we will. Where is that Italian game? Okay, so over 1.5 goals was the alert I just got. Must have been a sort of availability alert. Yeah, it's 1.44 now. So I set alerts sometimes for 1.5 goals when it's not even available. You can do that. So I'll show you how in this odds section. So right now, and every game that you go on will look like this pre-match. So you've got all your markets. And this is a snapshot of the odds pre-match, because we're obviously inside a live game here, but it doesn't really matter. So you can see that over 2.5 goals is 1.9. It's quite high, or I mean, I've not looked at the stats, but it's decent for an under-19s game in Italy. I would usually say there's quite a few goals, but that's just off the top of my head. So where there's no data, so first half goals, 0.5, it just says add. That means there's no odds yet, but we can add an alert for this, and this should trigger. So I've just added an alert. I'll do that again. You click on the market you want, and then you set the odds value that you want. So I selected evens there for this game, and it's 24 minutes in, so I would think that the odds are almost hitting. It's on 1.91 at the minute, so they should be hitting soon, unless there's a goal whilst I'm doing this. And if you are inside a game, you can look at the live odds. And again, BTTS is now 2.10. First half goal is 1.91. And if you're in a live game, you just go to here and you can just click the odds again. And say the same thing with the corners and the cards from before. It chalks out what has already been, because the odds are already higher. there it is. I've just got an alert on my phone and it's come through here now. So first half goals, hits evens, 26 minutes played, score is 0-0. And when you set alerts based on odds and you're a pro member, you get these stats because you sort of forget, if you're setting alerts all the time using the planner and using filters, you can sometimes forget why you set the alert. I mean, the market's there, it's obvious. It's obvious the market that you're going for, but you don't remember the stats. You have to check the game, or at least you used to have to check the game. Now you get all these stats. So 1.22 goals per first half for the home team, but not many conceded for the away team. First half goals 89%. Late goals, not many at all. So I think they're playing a team with a good defence, it seems. So I don't know if they will score, to be honest. How many games have they played this season? No clean sheets for the home team. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that one goes. So that's how you set alerts on the live odds. And as I say, it'll come through, and there's a lot of markets you can set. I'll just take you to a pre-match game for this evening. I think there's some Premier League games on. Brentford against Bournemouth. Has that come around again already? It's the second leg already. Must be. Yeah, so again, once you go into the odds here, you just see pre-match because the game hasn't started yet. So you look for the market that you are interested in. Let's say first half goals. This is available on this game. It's 1.4. Click on it. Set evens or whatever you want, 1.8. Closing lines. This is useful for those people that like to track their odds and know if they're sort of beating the bookies, so to speak. So BTTS, I can click closing lines. And what this will do is it will send me the price of BTTS at kickoff, so I can then compare it with another price that I have from a previous point in the fixtures history. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot to take in, but if you've got any questions, just ask me. This little split button here is for the Asian lines. So first half corners, you can split it, and you can see that they've only got 4.5 available. This is a market that I really like. I'll set for 3. Just set it to evens. That's one that I'll do. Obviously, not based around anything. Just a random one. And we've got presets here as well. And you can set a preset, which is a quick alert. So you can just use the preset for first half goals or BTTS here, and it'll just save. And you can create presets in your alert page. Just show you how to do that quickly. Laptop goes really slow when recording, or the Wi-Fi's gone off. Nope, there we are. Yeah, so if we look at upcoming fixtures, I can save as a preset on these fixtures, on these alerts. So if there's any that you've set, so you'll have to set the first one, whether it's first half goals or something. So this game that we set on Zagreb, we can save it as a preset, and then just save the preset name. And once you've done that, it will appear in that preset section. So that is creating and setting alerts. So once you get into the hang of it, it's very, very quick. If you're using the planner page, the same alert creation tool for odds and everything else is behind this button here. So once you've selected your games, good thing about the planner, and the whole point of the planner is you can select as many games at once for an alert, and then hit the alert button, and you've got this same component, and we can then use an alert. So very good, very quick for setting alert on multiple games. So if you wanted to set an alert on all of these Premier League games, for instance, you just find them, you click them, and set the alert. And we can set the first half Asian corner one, or we can just set the first half goal alert on all of them. And you wouldn't pick games at random like I just have, but that's why we have the filters, because they are essentially just pre-qualified fixtures that you trust. You know that the stats are solid. That's the whole point around filters. You can load them in quickly and then set alerts en masse using the planner or using the fixture feed. So yeah, that is alerts as a basic overview, and if you do have any questions, you can find me on Twitter or email me, joe@oddalerts, or just comment to the YouTube video. Thanks.